Proceed. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last episode of BPL for this IPL 2020 season. We're here to talk about the final game, Mumbai Indians versus Delhi Capitals. As you can see on the screen today, Vedant and I were supporting our Delhi boys, Roar Macha, and Satvik and Shubham were supporting Mumbai Indians. So let's start off with the winners. Sat, what do you have to say?
Rohit again comes to the party in the final. Can't be happier than this. I think this is, and now we are used to winning, so it's for Mumbai at least. So
Come at
it's
the yar, come at the man, right?
Oh
Though he
yeah,
had like some low scores in the tournament, in the last game he came to the show and performed. So that was good. Shubham, how are you feeling, buddy?
Pretty good, man. Like just to see Rohit bat the way he did, given the controversy surrounding his fitness and the fact that his place in the Australian squad was being questioned. Great answer to everyone that he is there to stay. And so with Rohit, right? Whenever he gets going, I don't feel there's a better batsman to watch. Like Rohit in full flow is just a bliss for a cricket fan.
Vedant, what are your thoughts?
I think uh, disappointing. The entire season was. I think Delhi were at the top of the table for a very long time. Then they had a fall, but nice to see them back. And I think everyone was predicting that Mumbai and Delhi would be in the finals, and that happened. But the Delhi batting did not seem very cohesive as we
Yeah,
kept.
let's start to talk about that in that sequence. So first of all, let's remind all our viewers who are watching Dugout, please change it to English on Hotstar so that you can watch the post-match presentations. I know we made that mistake a couple of times where we were watching all these ads, movie ads, and missed out on that. So let's start off with the Delhi batting. Initially, a collapse, some boundaries there from Dhawan initially, but man, what a ball from Trent Bolt. First ball to Stoinis, getting him out the hull, and then Rahane again getting out cheaply. Rahane and Prithvi Shaw, it was more or less like pick the better of the two worst Indian batsmen at the top. So
Yeah,
at
I
least
think
tournament, they weren't performing well. Go ahead with
I
that.
think this final was about the captain. So Shreyas Iyer stood up, Rohit Sharma stood up. Nice to see Pant back in form, which is I think he tried to make a statement for his selection for the Australia tour. But again, Hetmaya, Rahane, we need support from them, which Delhi lacked, and I think they were short by at least 20 runs, according to me.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and just the fact that I think the Mumbai bowlers having been like especially Bumrah and Trent Bolt having been so successful up top, I think that puts a psychological like block on the batsman also, right? That we cannot take too many risks, and in that process, maybe they were just going a little slower than they would have given if it was another bowler. So I think that also probably might have been playing on the batsman's mind.
also they were beaten like a couple of games ago, right? Already. So I think, and this was like three times in a season that they've already faced them and lost to them. So maybe that also played into how they approached right up front. But I think some terrific bowling there to set Mumbai on the Delhi on the back foot when the game began.
I
Trent Bolt,
think
of course, bowling really, really well. I know with Colton Isle, they were sort of like switching between him and Patterson throughout the tournament, but now they've locked in Colton Isle for the final. Talking about Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant's batting, man, and throughout the episodes, I've gone over how I've become a fan of Shreyas Iyer's batting and his captaincy skills, and that truly holds. Like, definitely, it was a very well built innings, and he knew that the team was under a lot of pressure. He's the captain of Delhi Capitals. This is their first time in the finals, and they lost 3 wickets by 22 in the 3 point third over third ball. So I think great restraint shown from Pant, excellent temperament from Shreyas Iyer in order to build that innings. It was
Yeah.
like a 96-run partnership, and that was fantastic. They almost batted for like 10 overs, about 11 overs together. So that was great to watch.
And they almost made a game out of it, right? Like initially, when the 3 wickets fell, we thought that it's going to be a collapse, and I think just the intent with which they played too, not just defending and like a sort of stopping their wicket from one end, but they took their chances. They tried to uh, take the attack back to the bowlers, which was very interesting to see.
Right.
Really nice.
And another special mention to Jayant Yadav. Great economy. He took up the all important wicket of Dhawan, the man in form for Delhi. Scored back-to-back centuries this IPL, first uh, there. So I was so Jayant Yadav being a right arm off spinner, and given the fact there are too many left-handers in the Delhi squad, uh, that was the reason behind getting him in the squad, and he delivered. Like the
And you
wicket
got
of
to
Dhawan and what four overs for 25, like best economy rate in the in the Mumbai lineup.
And I think you got to give it to whoever made that choice, right? Like, I don't know if it was Rohit or some of the management there, but like I think I really thought that was a. I was like, why would you drop Rahul Chahar, who was playing so well throughout in a game like this? But I think that was a brilliant move. I shows the captaincy there.
Yeah, bro, you're a Rohit Sharma fan. If it works out, you'll say brilliant move. If it doesn't work out, you'll
Yeah,
say
exactly.
we'll try again. Or bad decision. Why didn't you get Rohit Sharma? But anyway, Satvik, really happy for you, buddy, because I know you've been supporting Mumbai Indians whenever SRH is not playing. You're a big fan of Rohit Sharma. So him coming to the party and delivering on the all-important IPL final day must be feeling ecstatic.
Yeah, very very happy.
And
Do we, do
also,
we,
just to give a quick roundup, probably I think in the predictions that we've done internally, I think Satvik has the most number of wins. Next is Shubham. After that is me, and finally there is Isala Kapnombe.
do we really have to talk about Mumbai Indians batting? They're bullies, man. I mean, look at the lineup they have. Like, even if one or two batsmen fail, they have Pollard, Pandya, and then his elder brother. And I mean,
Yeah, and not only Brainerd, everyone keeps talking about how well balanced the Mumbai Indians side is, and they're batting heavy, bowling heavy. They have gun fielders in the team, and it's just a supreme team, right? And even if 3 or 4 players don't perform on any given day, the 2 3 players who perform can take them all the way. So this is their fifth IPL title, I believe.
Yeah.
yes.
So, man, fifth IPL title, and they're looking very strong for next year's IPL also. So they'll be going on a high in the next 4 months. So definitely a formidable side.
Yeah.
We
I
were hoping,
actually,
yeah,
yeah, I saw an interesting tweet. So Mahela Jayawardene and Ponti were in the finals of the 2007 World Cup when
right.
Jayawardene lost, and this is kind of a comeback for him where he wins against Ponting. It's in an IPL tournament, but somewhat of a comeback.
Right. Just a special again. A mention to the confidence that the Mumbai batsmen have. So as soon as Quinton de Kock got out, Surya Kumar Yadav, or Sky as we better know him, the first ball that he faced, like the back foot punch for four, it was like it just shows the confidence of the man that dude, I can come in and smack you, whoever you are, I don't care. I've had a great IPL season, and I will just come and smack you. It was
And
an unfortunate run out that he got, and if you guys have been following us for a while, we've been talking about Rohit Sharma and his history for run outs,
right.
and the fact that when he gets somebody run out, he ensures that he plays the big knock. So it's just we should actually link the episode where we talk about this, just to show that to
we, we
increase our credibility.
we predicted this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
But
also if you remember, you mentioned that in the Netflix documentary, Ishan Ishan wasn't doing well, and today in the finals he stood up and he played so well, man.
Dude, he has the most number of sixes this IPL, right?
Yeah,
not only did he stand up just this one match, he stood up for the entire tournament, right? He came in as a replacement for Saurabh Tiwari, cemented his place within the team, and he's playing like a mature player, man. Like right from the time the Netflix documentary released to now, I feel like he's grown by 5 to 6 years in cricketing years, and
Yeah,
he's just like the level
absolutely.
of shots he was playing, even towards the end, right? He was not taking any risks. He was going for the boundaries, and he was not out, right? And still, he had 33 runs of 19 balls.
Right.
Whereas Pollard and Hardik Pandya came in, a couple of big shots, got out, and then went back to the pavilion. They were taking it a little easy, but Ishan Kishan stood till the very end.
Right. Number four is such an important position, and I think he cemented that for Mumbai. And and him being a keeper is just a feather in the hat. So I'm sure
Uh,
Mumbai is very happy about it.
Actually, Shubham, a
And
little
if
bit about what you were saying about Surya Kumar Yadav. The first ball was a back foot punch to four. Second ball,
Oh
over
yeah,
third man to six. Second ball. In 2 balls, it was 10 runs. So
fine leg. Yeah,
completely mitigated Quinton de Kock. He gave Quinton de Kock coming in, positive intent, great start. In a span of 2 balls, again, the game seemed to be in Mumbai's hand again. And it's so
correct,
important
correct.
psychologically in an IPL final.
Very
And
true.
commentators are his biggest fans, and everyone's like, I don't care what Indian management is doing, just get him into the Indian squad right now. Please, Mumbai Indians management, coaches, please do something, get him in. And then Scott said, "Is like, man, let's get him over to New Zealand and give him a new and start playing for New Zealand international career immediately." And then I think it was Bretley who was like, "Oh, thank God he's not in the Australian tour right now." And all these
Yeah,
definitely must be very motivating and elevating for Surya Kumar Yadav. Hopefully, uh, touchwood, the Indian team should go strong to Australia, but we know that we have a very, very, very strong backup in the form of Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan. If
also,
any of the players
also,
were that good.
also the way he sacrificed his wicket, right? Rohit Sharma, like it was his fault. Probably not a run there, and he didn't look at the non-striker while running. He just shot off. And Surya Kumar Yadav, obviously, I don't think he had a choice, but he selflessly walked the other way and got out because maybe Rohit Sharma was settled and he's the captain. But very disheartening, right? Like you've had such a good season and you were looking like in great nick even in the final, but a very unfortunate run out. But I think, yeah, this
Oh,
will help
definitely,
him in the future.
and
definitely
also
speak volumes about the person. Go ahead, sir.
Hmm.
no, I was just saying. Also, just looking at the like the runs scored this season. If you see, I think on like 5, 6, 7 is Surya Kumar Yadav, Deacock, and Ishan Kishan. So that, and we would probably expect, say a Rohit Sharma. I mean, Deacock is probably expected there, but we would probably expect a
Oh,
Rohit Sharma or
that's a
someone.
very good point, Sat. If someone asks us, who do you think are the three biggest run getters or highest strike rate? Obviously, highest strike rate is still Pollard and Hardik Pandya. We would say, I think it's Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock, either Pollard or Hardik, one of them coming in and
Mm-hmm.
performing. But great to see Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan, and then at the end they all anyway have Pollard and Pandya. Hey, do you guys know that Rohit Sharma ran a three today? He ran a three.
Bro,
But dude,
coming to
was
running, actually, I'm probably going to take us back to the DC innings, but I was looking at Rishabh Pant running and I was just laughing because, dude, he was panting. I think it was the strategic timeout. He just finished like running a couple, and Shreyas Iyer was already like, "Oh, you got to run," and then like he comes and just sits down and he's like, "I need to get my breath." So like it was very interesting to see
yeah.
both the belly boys scoring
Yeah,
today.
probably the reason why he was not picked in the Australia tour.
Hashtag Pant was panting. So quick couple of remarks about Delhi bowling. Of course, Rabada taking a wicket today that takes him to the total of 30 wickets this IPL season, and he holds on to his purple cap. Unfortunately, Bumrah didn't get any wickets today, so that let Rabada keep his top spot. Fantastic bowling by Akshar Patel, I thought, man. He gave only 16 runs in 4 overs in an IPL final,
Mhm.
so that was really really good. Praveen Dubey, I think he was bowling well initially, but then Rohit Sharma came in 1 over 2 sixes, and that completely changed the form of his economy rate. What do you guys think about Nokia, Ashwin, and Stoinis?
So one comment, I think they held Nokia back too late. So he bowled 1 over, and the commentators were continuously wishing for Nokia to come back and just for Delhi to make a game out of this. So maybe like a slight captaincy misjudgment or error, I would say, holding him back, because as soon as he came in, he took a wicket, right, in the second spell. But overall, I think he has been great in the tournament. Today, he was not given a lot of like opportunity to go out and just build that pressure. He was, I feel, held back too late. But again, yeah, just to add on to your Akshar Patel point, right? I think he's underrated, and he's also like a very street smart all rounder who bowls well and like can hit those big sixes.
And Stoinis, him coming in on his first ball, took the wicket of
Yeah,
Quinton de Kock. So that
Quinton de
was
Kock.
from Hulk. That was good to see. And yeah,
Honestly, I was hoping it would be a much closer final, but then Mumbai has so much of experience in playing finals for the IPL, and I think this was DC's first final or Delhi's first
Delhi's
final.
first.
Yeah, so it wasn't a close match at all. It was a comfortable win for them.
Yeah.
No masala, nothing. So disappointed.
Another point about Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, I think he always does this where he bowls 5 or 6 different bowlers in the first power play, which I thought was very unique, and it's worked out most games. Not very effective against Mumbai because they're coming with that intent of taking the cup home or going with a very high strike rate. Anyway, it's good to see Krunal Pandya score the winning runs. His brother hit the ball for a catch in the covers, and then him coming and scoring.
That's exactly what Shima was saying, that they're in such a good space when Pandya got out. They were high-fiving each other, like, it's okay, hota hai.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
very chill.
very chill.
Even when Pollard was there, it was pretty chill. I mean, last about, I think in the 11th or 12th over, we knew that it was extremely one-sided. The commentators were like, "Can DC come back?" Then they were like, "No, no, no, I don't think they can." So
Great, congratulations, Mumbai, once
yeah,
again.
good game, good, very dominant performance.
right,
Is there going to be like a man of the tournament? Is there something like that happens for IPL? What is the
Um,
equivalent?
yeah, we have the orange cap, purple cap, and emerging player. I think emerging will be Devdutt Padikkal or Ishan Kishan. I'm not sure.
Right.
And I'm not sure about the man of a tournament.
Just to so we have a question in the chat from our from someone called Dhruva Prasad Devara. He says that, okay, very good points. Thanks, Dhruva. Second question is, considering how much the IPL has changed since it began, how do you guys think it'll be different 5 to 7 years from now?
that's definitely a loaded question, guys.
I mean, it
Yeah,
could go either two ways, right? Either Mumbai could just have another 3 trophies, and Chennai could win another
Yeah,
four.
but if you actually think about it, I think IPL is a great platform for emerging players to come from Ranji to the Indian team. You see talents like Devdutt Padikkal and under 19 boys doing well. So IPL is a great platform. So maybe 10 years down the line, we'll see more talent coming out.
also
But
given
yes,
given probably if there are two more teams that are being added, that's the talk, the players will get split up. So
yeah.
probably like Mumbai, who's very dominant, they would there's a chance that they might lose out on those players. So might help balance the entire tournament a little more.
Speaking from a business perspective of things, definitely as IPL progresses 5 to 7 years down the lane, uh, definitely more number of teams and more diversification within the teams. As in, I think right now a mega auction happens every 3 years. So whenever that keeps happening on a more consistent basis, that'll lead to spreading up of experienced talent so that they can coach the younger players. And definitely looks great for Indian cricket. However, there are also rumors that we'll come up with a 10-over league and something like that as well.
Oh my
So let's see which way it might go.
That's
Yeah.
a
But
bad
also,
idea.
I think it is one interesting point if you see is if you talk about funnels, like there is the international cricket, then there's now the IPL, and then there's domestic and things like that. So it's been 13 years now that the IPL has already been there, and like when you open up or like when you create a big stage at the top of the funnel, and when there's more opportunity there, that sort of trickles down into all levels of promoting more people to get into the game, which means there is more competition, and then that sort of should theoretically get a more competitive league with more I think more talent. So, but I
100.
don't know how the pressure of actually translating from IPL to the Indian cricket would be, because there is now already we see there's an overflux of talent. How would they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have, and there'll always be India and India B teams going about, and hopefully India plays more cricket overseas. But a prime example of IPL 2020 is Varun Chakrabarti, right? No first class cricket experience, directly pushed to India versus Australia tour for the T20I squad. Just imagine the him rubbing shoulders with the Indian greats. Or
Not anymore in the squad though.
what happened?
He's injured.
He
He's ruled
injured.
out.
He's yeah. He had an injury. He was hiding his injury with, and he did not tell BCCI about it. And then they
Oh,
found out now. So he got dropped. And
who replaced
our
him?
JP Nattu.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was just about to make the point that even though you don't make the squad, there's talent like Natarajan who'll go there rubbing shoulders with the Indian team and the cricketers to play in the nets and then learn and absorb soak their experience. So, okay. Unfortunate news for Varun Chakrabarti, but hope he gets well soon and we see him in blue.
Yeah, guys. I mean, the past 1.5 months, we've had matches every day. Now that's over. And I mean, this was one positive thing we had during the pandemic. I don't know what's going to be, how are you guys going to cope with not watching IPL matches every morning anymore?
I don't know, man. This is how I started my day. There'll definitely be a void, and like I've got into this routine where the game starts, and then like in the second innings, I get my laptop, slowly start working, and then when the game ends, I go back to my room and properly start working.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It is going to be tough.
No, that's definitely a good question. Hopefully, we can substitute it by reading some book, learning about stocks, and doing all those things. But hopefully, we'll keep our sessions going on internally. And whenever we find some good material or content, we can come back up and share it with our viewers.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the end of IPL 2020. Of course, one thing that we haven't spoken about is the passing away of Dean Jones, and Brian Lara, Scott Cyrus, Bradley kept highlighting that as well. Unfortunately, passed away due to a heart attack, and they had the uh, Dino analysis zone for talking about some deep dives. Sat, want to add anything?
No, I was just looking at Dhruva's comment there. I don't know.
Oh, he
Sure,
has more
want to
questions
read
for
it.
us?
Sorry for changing
No,
the
no, no.
discussion.
He's
Totally.
getting too philosophical.
Uh, so, okay.
Sorry, Manish. Totally through.
Is there a comment we want to talk about, or
No,
No,
he's
no.
giving us advice. He gave us advice that life is meaningless. And I think
okay,
we should
okay.
I think
consider.
that's the point of that the IPL's ending. We don't know what to do. So he said, get used to boring life. Thanks, Rua.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
go to the Nets guys play some cricket on our own.
Mhm.
And I mean, IPL is just around the corner again, right? It's going to start again in April. And Dada is announcing an India vs England tour as well, where England is coming to India. So Australia was India, then England was India, and then again IPL starts. So a
Also, I
lot,
Just fine,
hope
just fine,
lot of
dude.
is the on a side note, is the women's IPL also starting next year, or does that happen the year after? How does, or there's no clarity on that?
Because women's T20 challenge is right now
I
under.
know. Yeah, no, but what I'm asking is there going to be like a IPL style tournament for? I think this was
I,
women's
I
T20
think there's
challenge
there's
was
no
just a.
confirmation yet, but there definitely have been talks. I'm not aware that they've actually confirmed that
I,
it is going to happen.
yeah, I think that it's the eventual progression, right? That's the route
Hmm.
we're all going in, and
Hmm.
that'll definitely happen. So when is the question for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, I think this is our last episode for this season. So thank you all, everyone, for all your support. It's been a fantastic IPL. We've had 5 super overs in total, lots of runs being scored, some super sixes being smashed, and we all had a lot of fun learning more about the game, interacting with you on a weekly basis, and definitely got some good feedback from our friends and family, which we'll try to incorporate in our upcoming videos next session. So that's it from me. Any closing remarks, guys?
No, I think it was just a lot of fun to even like just the process of looking at the game, talking about it with 4 of you here. I mean, three of you guys here, apart from
Yeah.
me. But just the process. I think it was very fun. So it's good.
Yeah, like just good to see an idea that we got out of the blue while talking and just seeing it through to fruition. I think that was good to see and had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And although, yes, we made some mistakes on the way, we've learned a lot, and I'm sure we'll come back stronger in the next season. And also, thank you for your support.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you all very much. I think the most important thing was us having fun, which we definitely did. Hopefully, we learned a lot doing this. So hopefully, we were able to give you some interesting content as well. And thank you all for watching. Catch you guys next season. Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Next season is going to be SRH's season. I'm gonna
Hey,
end it on
RCB, RCB, please.
that. No.